Yeah, please.
Well, it's a very focused game. It's a battle boss game. Developers are inspired with Demon Souls, Dark Souls. They have there's a little team in Shanghai. I don't know if you have knowledge about how it's gaming in China, but console has been banned for many years.
I know. Yes.
Yeah. So it is in the last 2 years, the government let Sony and Xbox coming in, and then now you can see that on Steam and also on PlayStation and Xbox are coming the first wave of video games because they've been developing for 1 year or 2 years. So the background of the development team, they are been working on mostly on Japanese and foreigner companies. It's a very little team. The core is 4 people, but they are 7, and they have been working on a console game. So they have experience with Unreal Engine, and it's some come from Sega, the other one comes from Konami. So they was willing to bring together to make their own game, right? And that's how it came the Sinner. The core mechanics are very simple, or the scope it's very focused. They want to make those battles of Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Monster Hunter a little bit deeper. So there is a battle boss game.
Okay.
You have a little hub in the middle where it works a little bit like the tutorial. The good is you can face the boss on any boss at any time. So you have to choose. You have to learn how the bosses attack you. You have to also understand your own abilities and then choose which is the boss that you want to do first. And
like a little bit of Mega Man.
exactly.
Okay.
It's the same concept.
Yeah.
And then each boss will require a sacrifice, and this sacrifice will be permanent. So actually, the bosses are equally difficult, but at the beginning you are more powerful. So that's why the first boss it's more easy for you, where the last boss is more difficult for you, and that's also makes you build your strategy depending on which boss is more easy for you. You want to leave it for later on, or make the difficult one for you. The first one, different strategies, and also you can, if one of you make those sacrifice, you defeat the boss, and you won, but later on you find that sacrifice that you make, it's very important for you. You always can come back and get your ability at expense of that boss. You need to fight it again later to defeat it. So it will respawn.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the core mechanics.
This is the core mechanics,
And that's it. And I hope that you enjoy. We have primary weapon, secondary weapon, like light weapon and a double-handed weapon. Then you have different items. It comes from health until javelin. These are use one-time items, and some enchants also will enchant your sword in flames or weapon in flames. The basic are up to change between your light and heavy weapon. Scroll through your items. We still making changes, so it's not definitive, of course. This is for block, parry, move. The camera is fixed, but you can click to lock on your enemies. X to light attack, Y to strong heavy attack, B to roll, and you can run with the left trigger, and you can use the item with the right bumper. Run with the right bumper. Trigger. Use the item with the right bumper, and that's it.
Can you tell me more about the story behind it?
The game. You are a warrior who will face the 7 sins.
Yes.
Each boss will represent one of the sins, and at the end you will have also another final boss, I will say.
Yeah, I have just retrieved my sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And right now we are working a little bit more on the story and the lore, but the idea is that you need to fight the 7 sins.
And can we show me an easy boss, because I'm not an expert in.
Well, there is no easy one. All
okay.
are actually
the same. But
yeah, but everybody found a different boss more suitable for him.
Okay, and what kind of boss do you find easy?
This is my easy one.
That's your easy one. Okay, let's try it.
It's more like a close combat boss, where other ones are a little bit more. You know, they use enchants and poisons are a little bit more difficult for me.
Let's try it.
What we implement in the game, it's you can learn from the bosses' mechanics. They are easy to read. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of different patterns attacks, but the people can read them and then learn how to fight. I found this boss one of the most easy to read, so for me it's very easy to know which is gonna be the attack, because I already understand how his body moves. Yeah. So that's why I found it more easy.
So this is the first boss.
For me, maybe the last one, because it's the boss I understand more right now. All the bosses are done. We now polishing, hitting boxes, and you know, filling of the feedback when you hit the boss, things like that.
And which engine is used?
Unreal.
Unreal 3 or 4? Yes.
4.
Definitely have to learn this.
Yeah, it is not a game where you can just go and smash.
Yeah.
You need to learn the patterns of the.
No, I just suck at Dark Souls, so okay, I can respawn.
Rechange.
And what's the difference?
The respawn just brings you back
to the.
Okay. No.
Can you play it? Because I can do it. I can do it. No. And
for example, when you need to read the body when he actually tells you exactly how he's gonna attack every time. But it needs time. For example, when he do like this, you know that he gonna make a wave. When he do that like this, he gonna make the wave straight wave. Then when the arm like this, he gonna make that it's crossing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if someone on other place, I can see it now. Because I was too much focusing on putting controls.
Exactly. You see, you can read the different attacks. Now you see that it's gonna use the shell. It's kind of.
It's gonna stomp. It is.
Yeah, you can read it. You can read it. It takes.
If the game gets more difficult.
You mean the bosses?
Yeah, the boss.
We try to balance all the bosses. It's you that you're getting weaker because you are giving sacrifices.
Oh yeah, you explained it. You're giving sacrifices. Yes,
yeah.
Of course.
So actually,
and what kind of sacrifices?
Different ones. For example, in this boss, you see you give attack power, so you are weaker. Other ones will give you just give you less life. Other ones will forbidden to use an item. Different kind of sacrifices. Okay. And you need to learn, for example, if there is a boss that have a weakness with some of the items, but you previously sacrificed that item, maybe it's not a good idea.
No.
So then you give the chance to get back your things, but you need to respawn the boss.
Again, yes.
You see? He's the producer. Well, he knows. So, and we have different stages, different weapons with patterns attacks. When you reach the half of the life, he's now attacking in different way.
Yeah.
Like this. He tries to throw you out. That wasn't happening before. And they will spawn some minions. But it is not an exploration game, so all the minions are attached to the boss.
Okay.
We expect like 15 minutes, depends on your ability, 15 minutes to 20 minutes by boss battle.
And you have 7 bosses. So
8.
So you have 3 hours of gameplay.
Exactly. If you do it really well. For example, for me, the first time it took me like 2 hours.
Yeah, you have to learn it, and that's where the time goes.
Exactly. It took me 2 hours to just defeat the first boss, and then later now I can defeat it like in 20 minutes. But the first time, it was. It's kind of, you can read his. He's gonna smash you.
Yeah. If you come too close, yes.
They come too close.
Whoa!
Oh, dead. Can't you? So that's it. That's it. A little bit. Let's play another one, right? Let's play another one. Then we respawn. We didn't defeat the boss, so we can recall my sacrifice. Because I want to use it for another one, right? And then, okay, I'm gonna try another boss. And this one is a different setup. That one was a more like flat arena with a close combat boss, and this is more like, for example, you sacrifice the health, and this is more like
an EP, action points of.
Sorry?
Max EP decreased?
Yeah, max EP decrease and stamina decrease. And this boss is more like less close combat, more like poisoning and debuffing you. Oh, come on, I didn't lock.
Do you want to try yourself?
No, this boss is terrible for me. Sorry, I shouldn't. Somebody's calling me. Sorry for that.
I will do it.
Yeah. Please. Oh, let him play.
No. I just want to watch because I'm losing anyway. If I lose in the beginning already,
You can shoot by the stone.
I like how the boss is designed. It looks more like a bird.
Yeah, it's a crow.
Oh, crow. Okay. Okay. You're poisoned now?
Yeah, but if you get the max, I will be poisoned.
Okay.
So this boss is more like using poisoning to debuff you, less than a cost combat. You can use, for example, some of your items to attack him. For example,
Yeah, I think
this one, like fire bombs. That it works pretty well on this one. Another one, you know, you need to learn which is the most effective attack ways. This boss also will spam different, you know,
bombs and
bombs. He's trying to not only kill you with health, but also poison you. The poison will give you temporarily the buffs, or if they really poison you, all the bar is full, instant death.
instant. Oh, okay.
If the poison bar is full, you
Yeah.
see? If it's a little bit full, just a little debuff, it's totally
Whoa,
full.
whoa.
Some of them, right?
And now?
And
The river has some special function.
Okay.
If you roll on the river, you can decrease the poison.
Ah,
This is
okay.
a secret feature.
secret feature.
All the developers.
Oh, we'll put it on Twitter.
you have to learn all this little
Of course,
extra.
Yeah, you have to go in blank and know nothing about the game, and then it will be most fun.
Most fun, yeah. You can parry, for example. You did parry. They have like he's now making a miasma, trying to poison you. Oops, that went bad. He will also.
There are leeches, yes.
Yeah. Keep parrying, and then it's a time to. So it's less like a close combat like the other one. These more have different abilities, and that's it. What we want is to give a more deeper combat than the normal.
Hack and slash games.
It's kind yeah,
And,
normal,
yeah. Where you have to put down thousands of little minions and then go to the boss.
No, this is all about like a deep combat with the boss.
Yeah, it's
They
a combat, but you can say it is a puzzle game.
Exactly.
Hey, it looks great. One last question.
Yeah.
When can I play it on Xbox?
Okay. it is playable on PlayStation 4 and
PC. Oh, yeah.
And we just get the dev kits from Xbox. We hope that we can make it on time. We're aiming to release on the 3 platforms on February. That's the game is all the bosses are done. We just polishing mechanics right now. That it will take like half a year just to polish the mechanics. We need to balance very well each boss to just be sure that the people have same level. That's it.
And you can choose the redemption or just the kill him. But maybe you have to kill 10 times.
10 times.
Yeah, you need to hit him.
But we will still adjust this.
Well, it's just
So you really
So it depends if you redeem the boss, then the lore goes in a different. You have an extra lore to learn, and that will give you a little bit of different final. A little depends on what you choose. If you choose to redeem.
So you have 8.
Exactly, and the thing is like and the thing is like there's also redemption, redeeming the boss. It's the a little bit more hard than just killing it. So it also depends on the hardcore players. They will, and we have we are planning to make maybe extend the game later on with figuring out which, because this is like a 3 hours gameplay, 4 hours gameplay, and we want later on to extend a little bit. The price tag also will be like an indie game, like between 15, a little bit more to 20 max. And if the game goes well, then we could make free DLCs or we're thinking a lot of options. It's nothing of this is confirmed, but maybe a different character where you have totally different way to fight. That will give a totally different approach to the bosses.
Yeah, like Arrow.
Ranger,
yeah,
or
of
more
course,
like
yes.
maybe a wizard. Different ways, and maybe if the things goes well, maybe we can have different also bosses, because this is like a Western focus, but they are Chinese, so they are also willing to do some
Chinese folklore, yeah.
Folklore bosses, or like an extra DLC or something like that. That's a little bit the scope of the game.
Sounds great.
Okay,
Thank you for letting me play this game. Thank you for letting me play the game, and I hope to hear it and play it
after
myself.
Tokyo Game Show, we're gonna be Tokyo Game Show, and we hope that after Tokyo Game Show we will release a little bit more of information.
Cool.
And
Sounds great. Yes.
we'll
Thank
follow
you again.
Thank you.
Bye bye.